Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. There was once a queen who longed for a baby. One winter's day, she sat sewing by her window, watching feathery snowflakes fall from the sky. Her needle slipped, 3 drops of blood fell on the snow, and she dreamed of a daughter as white as the snow, with lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony. Sadly, the queen died just as her wish came true. Her baby, Snow White, was beautiful. Soon after, the king remarried. His new queen was dazzling, but proud. Her fondest possession was a magic mirror, which she visited daily to ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of us all?" "You," the mirror always replied, until one day it sang, "Lovely you are, it's true, but Snow White is lovelier than you." "No," screamed the queen. "Then Snow White must die." And she called for a huntsman. "Take the girl to the forest and kill her," she snarled. The huntsman took Snow White deep into the forest, but he couldn't bear to hurt her. "Run," he ordered, and Snow White fled. Losing herself among the trees, she came to a strange little cottage, furnished with 7 beds, 7 chairs, and a table laid with 7 plates and 7 cups. The cottage belonged to 7 kind dwarfs, who were shocked to hear Snow White's story. "Stay with us," they said. "You'll be safe here." The queen, sure that Snow White was dead, asked her mirror, "Who's the fairest now?" "Lovely you are, it's true, but Snow White is lovelier than you," it answered. "Never!" raged the queen. She disguised herself as an old woman and searched the kingdom for Snow White, tracking her down at last. She waited until the dwarves had left for work before calling, "Pretty ribbons for sale." Snow White came running. "I'd like one to lace my dress," she said. "Let me tie it for you," grinned the queen, pulling the ribbon tightly and squeezing all the breath from Snow White's body. When the dwarves came home, they found Snow White lying on the ground. Horrified, they rushed to untie her. Meanwhile, the queen was back at her mirror. "Who's the fairest of us all?" "Who's the fairest of us all?" she asked. "Lovely you are, it's true, but Snow White is lovelier than you," came the reply. Burning with anger, the queen put on a new disguise and returned to the cottage. This time she offered Snow White a comb, which had secretly been laced with poison. As the comb touched Snow White's gleaming black hair, the poison entered her body and she collapsed. The dwarves discovered her slumped in a corner and feared the worst. "Is she dead?" sobbed one. "Not quite," said another, spouting the comb and whipping it out. Snow White was cured. The queen raced home to her mirror. "Am I the fairest now?" she demanded. Still the mirror replied, "Snow White is lovelier than you." "She will not escape me," vowed the queen. She took a red apple, halved it, and dipped it in poison. Then she stuck it to the half of a green apple, disguised herself as a farmer's wife, and visited Snow White once more. "Would you like to try a delicious apple?" she asked. Snow White shook her head. "I can't." "I promise it's harmless," said the queen, taking a bite from the green half. "Eat," she urged. Snow White sank her teeth into the red half. Suddenly she fell lifelessly to the floor. This time, even the dwarves could not save her. Weeping, they laid her in a glass coffin so that they could gaze at her beauty forever. There she might have stayed, but a prince riding by fell in love with her still perfect face. He lifted the coffin, and the piece of apple fell from Snow White's mouth. She coughed and began to breathe, opening her eyes to see her handsome rescuer. The queen, furious beyond measure to hear Snow White had come back to life, exploded in a fit of jealousy. Blissfully unaware of this, Snow White married her prince and lived happily ever after. The end.